lovely Sagittarius. Straight in. That card has come up a lot. This is your June 2026 reading, and I am pleased to announce your card came up, which is Temperance. I always think when I'm doing a star sign and their card comes up that it's like a massively good sign, okay? Let me just kick something under the table. So take this as a good sign. It comes up with a card that's come up for nearly every single sign. Four of Pentacles, something that Sagittarius is not always, well, not in any Sagittarius I've ever known, let me know in the comments, concerned with, and that is investment and money. I met plenty of Sagittarians that have money, but they're not really concerned about money, if that makes sense. Personally, from what I've seen, I think Sagittarians make money through their luck, you know, not in a particularly organised fashion. And the less you care about it in a way, the better it is. So we have Sagittarius and we have investment. The question for me for your June 2026 reading is, what are you invested in? What should you be invested in? And are there things that you should no longer be invested in? And this could be people, could be jobs, could literally be money. It's a month where I think, yes, oh, I love that you get that. It's a month where I think that there could be like a real reckoning in terms of finance. So you may be waiting to see if you've been given oh my God, if you've been given a mortgage, or if you're going to get a different job, or whether some money's going to come through. It's also a month in which I would be starting a side hustle if I was you. And I don't think I've ever met a Sagittarius that didn't have a side hustle. Identify yourself in the comments section if you are or if you're not, and tell me if you're an early, middle or a late Saggy. That card has to come out because it just won't go away. Right, let's look at the three next cards, which, spoiler alert, sorry, I'm very hot today and I wanted to wear your top, but it's a bit overwhelming. They're all major arcana. First off, we get justice. We also have judgment. So I was trying to say justice and judgment. Justment. We get justice first. This really resonates with me for you this month. There is a reckoning of sorts. And it's weird because judgment is also a reckoning card. You know, in the very traditional sense, it's like the resurrection, and, you know, the people are all walking out and you can see your life flashing before you. There is a reckoning, you know, there is a day of reckoning. Well, let's just say there is a month of reckoning, and it's June for you. And I'm going to write that down because that's important. Month of reckoning. Okay. So, justice is also karma. So there's like a karmic reckoning. Just going to write the word karmic down as well. I'm not going to write all the way through, by the way. It's just if I don't make some notes early on, I don't remember anything. Karmic reckoning, there is something that has been a bit incongruous, could come right into balance. People who owe you money could pay you. People who owe you an emotional debt could also bring that debt in, as in, it feels like if people have done the wrong thing by you, they could be brought up for it, or they could be apologising for it. You could be apologising. My cat will be apologising. I've got a cat who's a Pisces, by the way, like me. All she does is, because she's got a magnetic thing, is sit by the cat flap, stare out other cats in a real, and then wear out the battery by clicking it constantly. I know, she's a menace. So, justice, the reckoning, we've got karmic forces pulling in your favour. Woohoo. Then we've got judgment. And the Fool. I mean, for the love of God, that is very, very decent. Very, very decent. It feels like a new beginning. It feels very Sagittarius. Do you know if, sorry, I'm just writing that down. If you've been following these readings for a few months, you know that we had the King of Swords popping up all the time. Do you remember that? King of Swords was always here. You had this sort of restriction on you. It could have been at work. And we discussed how literally it is torture to limit a Sagittarius freedom. It's also very unwise if you're a boss and you want to get any kind of decent day's work out of them. Give them freedom, don't take it away. But it feels as if whatever that thing was that you've been sort of fighting for, that you've been holding out for, that you've been hoping for, it feels like the lid gets released at last. You're going to like it. This is particularly nice. I mean, this is, by the way, because everybody has asked me this month, it's a new tarot that I've bought. It is called the Neon Tarot, and it is by Hattie Thorne. There she is. And I'm in love with it, so I've used it for all the signs this month. It's got a really Miami Vice kind of Stranger Things in the 80s kind of a vibe. So with the Fool, it's new beginning, but I find this even more of a Sagittarius card than Temperance. Temperance definitely describes you emotionally. I've never met a Sagittarian that in general was very kind of highly strung. I know you can have times like anybody else where you're worried about things, but generally I found Saggies to be really good company, really happy-go-lucky. And I think I've told you before, not blowing smoke up your ass, it's the sign I would choose to be if I could choose, would be Sagittarius, 100%. I have my midheaven in Sagittarius. That'll have to be enough for me. Okay, tell us more, please. What's at the heart of this? What's at the heart of this? Oof. That card's come up quite a lot as well. Ooh. Now, we are having a love section, what I like to call the erection section, in a minute. So I'm going to save that gorgeous one. Okay. You get the Ace of Swords and you get the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is oppression. This is being suffocated. This is being restricted. This is being held back, told what to do, micromanaged, which is something Sagittarius. You are ruled by Jupiter, which is expansion. If you want to get anything out of a Sagittarius, expand their horizons. I'm telling you, don't shrink them. But you may have been doing that to yourself over the past couple of years, past few months. It feels like a release, and it feels like a relief, and it feels like a new beginning, and it feels like you get insight. What do they call this? Clarity strikes. I like that. You get a aha moment. And this could happen, because this is what happens with Sag. It could just literally happen when you're going to the chip shop or whatever, or doing nothing, or having a shower. It's like, that's it. That's why. That's what happened. You know, that kind of aha. I'm going to say as well, when you get your download, your aha moment, your awakening, act on it. Most other signs this month have got the message not to act, but to kind of be really sensible, be on the sort of low down. For you, no. I'm going to say when you get that download, put it into motion. You know, say what you need to say, do what you need to do. Take the job, leave the job, whatever it is, do it. If it's a side hustle and you're getting some pretty like kooky Sagittarius ideas, they might work. I know other people might dismiss it, but don't listen to them, okay? Also, investments, having a look at how to make money and how to do that in a different and interesting Sagittarius kind of a happy-go-lucky, freedom-loving way. I love this for you. It's all systems go. And it hasn't been for a while. If this is really resonating, by the way, do hit the hype button. Hype button, YouTube's very best kept secret, is if you go to the like button underneath this comments, you slide that mofo to the left, and you may or may not see that you can hype the video. Much appreciated. Cheers. 2 of Cups. We're moving into the love and relationship section. 2 of Cups. Woof. What do they call this? Match found. Venus in Cancer. Now this goes across all relationships. So it could be a friendship. It can be a business partnership as well. But it has to be, and that's interesting because you've just got the Hierophant. If it's a business partnership, 2 of Cups is a business that you love. You know, something where this person is the ideal business partner for you. You know, that it's really rocking your boat. Not in a sort of, well, you'll do, you know, it's not that kind of thing. It's like highly exciting. Hierophant is about wisdom. Wisdom is coming up in your, it feels like it's coming up in your love life, but also right across the board. This is your higher self. For some of you as well, there may be a commitment. I know that's really weird. And with another sign, I might go, well, hey, a commitment. Because the Hierophant is kind of marriage, commitment, falling in, you know, that kind of thing. But it just feels, it feels pretty good. It feels like it's at a higher level. So if there's been, let's take a couple more cards for that. 2 of Cups is a real kind of, you know, you put the phone down first, you're the greatest, no, you're the greatest, no, you're the greatest, we're both the greatest. You know, it's that kind of beautiful exchange of energies. But the Hierophant is more sensible and more long-term. And frankly, I'm really pleased to see that for you. Because, and again, let me know in the comments, Sagittarius does love freedom, but at the same time, you do also have long-term relationships. I know plenty of Saggies that have long-term relationships. What is that? Okay. One moment. Yeah, I will do that actually. You're coming out here as the Queen of Wands. I always like to see Sagittarius get the Queen of Wands because, again, this is really Sagittarian energy. So you're on top of your game, okay? You're quite magnetic at the moment. You're quite attractive to other people. You're moving into your power, which I really, really like. I've got the 7 of Swords. And what I get for this is not betrayal energy, but the kind of energy where you need to maneuver around something. It's not you being sneaky. Look, this is unauthorized access, okay? 7 of Swords can sometimes be someone else betraying you, but it can also be that you need to play your cards close to your chest. Now, I don't know why you need to do that in your love life, but it's going to help you if you do. We also have the Queen of Swords, which is telling me you really need to have your boundaries quite, I don't like the word solid for boundaries, but well defined, okay? Your boundaries need to have had a workout. Because you also get this card, the King of Cups. King of Cups is a very interesting kind of a chap. Can be a poet, can be a dreamer, can be a singer, musician, a tree surgeon, someone who is also very freedom-loving, romantic, attractive, mysterious, all of those things. But the only thing with the King of Cups is that you need to have your boundaries, because King of Cups doesn't have great boundaries. It can be very much a whirlwind romance card. It can also be someone who is just really bloody interesting. But at the same time, Nine of Swords can cause you, if you don't have good boundaries, to feel a little bit lost at sea. So some of you may be dealing with somebody who is, oh, I love that, who is a little bit mysterious, who is a little bit, I want to say that there's some kind of psychic pull between you. Could even be an ex or someone you feel like you've known before. In the extended love reading, I think I'm going to do a little bit of past life in there as well. I do you and me side by side in the extended love reading, and then I do what joins you in the middle. And I feel like we really will need to read between the lines, because some of you are dealing with, I mean, Sagittarian people are quite complicated underneath, but not on the surface. You're dealing with someone who's just complicated underneath and on the surface, which is sexy and exciting, but can be a bit taxing. You also get the Star. It is very important that you stick to your true north. That whatever the awakening or downloads with that Ace of Swords that you get with the Two of Cups, do you remember when you got this? That whatever this is, that you act on your hunches, that you definitely believe them, because Sagittarians are like high priestesses for me, like fiery high priestesses. And you should always act on your hunches. Things work out for you a lot better if you do. Three of Swords is in the mix, and we have the Judgment card. And I feel like there's something here that could be a pattern of a previous relationship, or could threaten to be a pattern of a previous relationship. For a few of you, this is someone you're in separation from, or something complicated, but not complicated at the same time. You get the Four of Swords, and this is saying to you, you need to spend a bit of time on your own. Sagittarians generally are not the kind of people you would think that would need to spend time on your own, but everybody needs to recharge. And I think as well, you need to be able to see this from the outside rather than the inside. You also get the Page of Swords. Some of you here dealing with a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh my Lord. And the Devil and the Lovers. Saggy. Now, you're going to have to be very straight with yourself here, okay? If you have a history of eccentric relationships with fixer-upper people, or people who are just on the edge a bit, or people who are difficult to know, or just difficult in some way, but sexy and exciting and mysterious, you just need to watch your boundaries. You need to make sure your boundaries are good. You need to make sure that you are operating on a need-to-know basis with that Seven of Swords. Really, really important. It feels like justice is bringing a karmic swing in your direction. And you need to capitalize on that, okay? And that plays out in your love and relationships as well. It feels like there's a power shift. And if you were the one that was sort of on the other end of it, you're the one who now gets more power for some reason. It could be an external event. Could just be that as the Queen of Wands, you're having a glow up. Could be that you are just, you've changed in that Judgment card, and that you're not willing to accept something less than what your destiny should be. It feels like leveling up, but it also feels like there's a layer of complication behind it. Only you know your own history, Sag. If that is you, make sure your boundaries are good and you'll be good. I'm going to go and do the extended reading. Whew, and it's going to be a corker. The link is below. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.